Welcome everybody back to Kane's Wrath. Did I say back to? I clearly meant welcome to in general. Yeah, I've talked about this game a lot, namely in my top 8 best strategy games video, and yeah, now I'm actually playing it. Now, as I've said before, I want a little bit more diversity on the channel, so we're going to be doing some more RTS games like Kane's Wrath, and maybe some other Command & Conquer games. So, we're going to be starting basic today, and just do some, some skirmish matches. Now, I'm hoping I can get 2 matches into this video. However, I feel like that's not going to happen, since every single time I record one of these things that isn't, like, heavily staged, then, it doesn't really go well or as planned. So, I'm going to be playing as the Marked of Kane, because this is my favorite faction. Although in Kane's Wrath, obviously we got a whole list of factions here. There's 3 main factions, and then 2 extra factions under those as a subgroup. So we have GDI, and then Steel Talons and Zocom are a part of that. And then we have Nod with Black Hand and Marked of Kane. And then there's Skrin with Reaper 17 and Traveler 59. So all of these are subgroups. I'm obviously explaining this if you don't know what all this is. So, yeah, we're just going to be playing on this coastline. And, here we go. Alright. Now, this is a heads up. I'm going to be much slower than usual, and I'm not going to be doing things normally, because I usually play this on Xbox, and right now I'm playing this on PC. So, if you leave a comment or something on saying, hey, maybe you should do this, or hey, did you think about doing this mechanic? I probably know it exists, but I'm just not doing it because I'm not as used to the controls on here. So, yeah. Although you're free to still comment on something like that. I'm just, most likely going to reply with something along the lines of, I know, but thanks for the advice. I feel like that's going to happen. But anyways, I'm just starting with my basic setup here, since we're not doing anything too fancy today. So I start off with 6 power plants, usually. This is a usual setup, so obviously I don't do the same thing every game. But I start off with 6 power plants, an emissary, which then deploys into an outpost over at a large Tiberium field, or any strategic position, really. And then I get a crane, and then I start getting my refineries, which creates an extractor or harvester to collect Tiberium, and that's how I get money. So, in case you don't know this, obviously I'm just repeating something that's redundant to you otherwise, but, a lot of people surprisingly don't know Command & Conquer. I mean, really, a lot of people don't even play RTS games, so it's weird. You'd think it'd be a larger genre, but no. Alright. Now, one reason that PC is different than Xbox when it comes to Kane's Wrath is one of the simple facts is money is not a problem on PC. It was a joke before. Alright, now, I always watch competitive play for Kane's Wrath, and I was thinking the entire time, because I play on Xbox, I was thinking, wow, these guys never run out of money. And it seemed ridiculous, because they would have, like, 2 refineries for half the game, and they would be losing and constantly trying to build their harvesters back up, and yet they seem to never run out of money. But it ends up on PC, you must make more money than on Xbox from Tiberium, because whenever you play on Xbox, you're broke half the game. So, I don't know. And I don't think it's just me, because my strategy like, my average way of making money does not change. So, I don't know. One thing that is better about the PC version of this game, well, I mean, there's a lot, but one of the better factors is that there's more maps. Since on Xbox, I've played the same maps maybe well over 200 times, including this map. This map's one of the common ones, but PC has more maps, and you can have 8 enemies in a lobby at once, you know, rather than just 4 at max. 4 including you.
The Scorpion's ready.
As you can see, I'm getting a bunch of Scorpion tanks, which, unlike in Halo, are not awesome, you know, killing machine tanks. Instead, they're tiny, weak pea shooters that shoot the weakest tank round you'll ever see. Alright? Their tank shells might as well just be Nerf darts, because you have to have a huge pack of them for them to do that much damage.
We've got the rockets.
Training. Our base is under attack. Building.
Now, something you may quickly notice in my playstyle is that something I do is, I'm not what you would call a spammer in terms of my units, even against AI. Instead, I prefer to make large armies of built-up units with a variety of strengths. Some weak, some strong. Now, of course, like any RTS game, your strategy changes, but on average, that's how I play. Alright. So, right now, I'm pretty much just taking out... Wow. Okay, they're garrisoning a lot of buildings here with their infantry. So, I should just be able to clear out these buildings. Here, let me make this easier on myself. Get some Tiberium troopers. So, little Command and Conquer background, in case you're unaware. The Marked of Kane, the infantry, most of them are cyborgs. So, obviously, they're either a cyborg completely, or parts of them are cybernetic. So that explains why the Awakened, you know, they're expendable. They have an EMP. One of their arms is replaced with an EMP, like, cannon. And then you have the Tiberium troopers, which I don't think are cyborgs, but they definitely have cybernetic parts, as you can give them the cybernetic legs upgrade here. Here, I'm going to get another refinery here. There we go. Since I feel like I'm low on money. Alright, so right now we're just sitting pretty, setting up. Although the AI are ridiculous right now. I don't know what they're doing, but they are sending hundreds of units at us, basically. It's a little excessive. Now, because this is my first video doing this, I put one of the enemies on easy and the other on medium. However, difficulties work weirdly in this game. You know, like putting an enemy on easy, it doesn't really make them that much easier. More like what it does is it makes them dumber. So, rather than having this godlike strategy and course of attack, instead it makes them much more simple-minded. Kind of like a 5-year-old playing a strategy game, you know? Like, they can still do some damage because they just keep sending units at you, but they're not gonna beat you because, you know, you have a more clever course of tactics compared to them. They're still annoying, though. Yeah. And then, you'll get used to me complaining about this, but, yeah, whenever you have any teammates in a Command and Conquer game, you might as well not have a teammate, because it's ridiculous. Your team is so useless in this game. AI, human, it doesn't matter. They're always going to be bad. I mean, I've had my teammate on Brutal before, and he was still as dumb as a brick. So, it doesn't matter what you do. Your team's always going to be completely out of their marbles. My avatar is sustaining some damage here. Okay. Now, of course, you may just want me to shut my pie hole and play the game, but commentary, you know, it's the broth of YouTube, so I'm going to continue speaking. Okay, they basically manned an entire city here full of infantry. This is ridiculous. Alright, so the enemies have juggernauts here, so then they're going to be suppressing fire from the back. So I'm going to bull rush him, because he doesn't have that many units, really. Or, I mean, he doesn't have that many juggernauts. This enemy is ridiculous. I don't know how I'm supposed to break through this guy's forces, but I'm going to increase my base defenses. Alright, I'm going to drop a vapor bomb and take out their barracks here, so no more infantry. And then, oh great, a mammoth tank. That's fun. Alright, I'm not really sure what to do here, because the enemy kind of just seems to have infinite forces. I don't even think his teammate is helping. This guy doesn't even need a team. He's just doing it all on his own. Alright, so I've got 5 Scorpion tanks, an Avatar, and 3 Enlightened. So, let's see here. I'm gonna get some Tiberium troopers to deal with these stupid zone troopers, and then I should be good. Or not. Or every single one of my units can get killed instantaneously. That also works. What is going on? Alright, little bit of difficulty, but we've managed to get some troops into position. I don't know what these idiots are doing, going toward the mammoth tank with railguns, but, you know, they're not too bright. Alright. I'm going to EMP this mammoth tank. And I guess... How do they have an avatar? They didn't even send an engineer out there. And then... They're getting zone troopers from another barracks. Okay. So one fun element of fighting the AI in this game is that the AI... do not need money at all. They can just create whatever they want using blood magic, because, you know, the player has to have a challenge, right? Not that I put them on easy difficulty. Just so you know, this is the easy enemy. This guy over here, he's on easy. This guy's the one on medium. Alright, the guy who hasn't done anything, he's on medium. The guy on easy is the one that's kicking our rears. So... I'm not really sure what to do here, because me and my teammate can't break through his forces. So, I'm going to get some Spectres and shoot him from long range. And hope that that works. Alright, I'm going to seed some Tiberium here, so me and my teammate have some resources. And by me and my teammate, I mean mostly me, because, you know, my teammate is an AI, so he can also just... Oh, never mind, he has his own resources. I don't know why he's mooching off of me. I Okay, I guess I accidentally ordered my Spectre to attack this, but that works. Come on. There we go. Alright.
They won't see us coming.
So, one more Spectre, and I should be good. Yeah, this guy is definitely run out of units.
Stealthed and ready.
The AI are weird in this game. Sometimes they just completely stop doing things. Sometimes, you know, like I took out one of his... How does he have an ion cannon if he has no power? I mean, obviously the timer's not going... You gotta be kidding me. My teammate has a nuclear missile ready to launch, and he's not using it. I thought I was just looking at that wrong, but no, that is... I did see that correctly. The timer has run out, and my teammate's just not using it. It's not like Nod cares about war crimes, you know, considering we're sending a bunch of cyborgs at the enemy and using chemical weapons and dropping vapor bombs on the enemy. So this isn't like a moral thing, guys. Okay. Well, I guess my teammate's just not gonna do anything, so I'll just do it myself. Alright. Alright, we're gonna step back from... Okay, or not. Hang on. Alright, we're going to take a step back here and look at some of the upgrades I'm getting to better understand how I'm operating. So, alright. So obviously I'm producing a variety of ground units. So I'm getting the Avatar here. That's my heaviest vehicle that I can use. But it's more of a... general vehicle, so it does high damage against enemy vehicles, decent amount of damage against infantry, and then it can also take an ability from a vehicle. But I'd rather not destroy my own hard-earned units, so I'm going to not do that. You may also notice that even though I can get aircraft, I'm not a big fan of aircraft in this game. I don't know. I don't like using air units. They just kind of... I don't know. They're too... Like I said, I'm not really what you would call a spammer in terms of units. So, using aircraft is kind of the opposite of that, you know? Considering most air units, you're going to have to spam the crap out of them. You know, Venoms... Orcas, you need a decent number of. Firehawks, usually people get large groups of them. Hammerheads are the definition of a spam unit. You know, they're basically useless on their own, but when you get multiple of them, then they're unstoppable. So, yeah, I prefer small groups of effective units, or massive groups of varying units. Although, of course, we are going to mix up some strategies. Alright, so from here, it's smooth sailing. We pretty much just take out their main base, while my teammate sends in some of their avatars. And yeah, we've pretty much won. Now, you're gonna see me do this more whenever I start playing the GDI factions, specifically regular GDI or Zocom, but I also like to send in the commando unit by himself to infiltrate behind enemy lines and then destroy almost the entire enemy base or a specific target, usually something like, you know, a Temple of Nod or Ion Battery or whatever it is.
Stealth tank cleared for combat.
Alright. So, yeah, this battle's been a victory. And I say has been a victory since pretty much the only thing left is this small little area here. Alright. Well, I was going to do 2 matches, but this video is already about 25 minutes long, so I'm just going to cut that out. Now, of course, I will be, you know, cutting parts out, so it's actually going to be way shorter than the original time, but still, I think it would just be best to cut it short. After all, this doesn't have to be a one-time video. So, yeah, I'm just going to clean this up. Alright, we are victorious. First victory here. And then on PC it shows you your stats and everything. Funny, super weapon, yeah, you know how that wasn't used by my teammate, even though he had a nuclear weapon for like 10 minutes. That was, yeah. Anyways, yeah. If you want to see more like this, then please leave a like and especially a comment. And I will see you next time. Goodbye. Oh, it's moving back up. This thing's pretty good, but it's not enough. Oh, she just marched up like she's constipated. What was that? Crap. Oh, God. Okay. Oh. Ow. Jeez. Okay, they're destroying everything. Is it happening? Oh my God, it is. Jeez. I got it. Holy, oh shoot. Hit me with something. What is that? Guys, we got some sort of weird dark creature in here, and it's leaping like a freaking